Hi, my name is Andrea Gonzales, and I'm here to present about my contribution for this Android project. So what I did is the Help Center page, the inbox page, and then the chat functionality. So I will start with the Help Center page first. So the page can be accessed by going to the side navigation and clicking Help Center, and then it would lead to the page. So it shows like how the users can contact the developers in case there are any problems with the application. So it shows the text widgets and the image widgets. So for the code, it's under help center.dart. This line here is for the background, and this is for the buttons for going back to the previous page that the user is in. And this is basically the contact widget image, and these are the text widgets. So for the next page will be the inbox page. That page can be accessed by clicking the message icon, and then it will show like the list of messages that the user had. So one can create a message, an inbox by going to home, and then when the user like they found a book that they are interested in, they can click it. Let's say this one, and then let's say they're interested, they can click chat, and then it will automatically create an inbox for them and would navigate to the chat page. So let's say is this available? Then if I go to the inbox page, it would list down here. So the code for that will be under uh, inbox.dart and inbox view model. So here is the code for getting all the inboxes. First, it would get the current user, and then it would call from Firestore, like which messages belongs to which user, belongs to the currently logged in user. And then from here, this future builder, it would list down all the, it would call uh, inbox vm that get all inbox from here, and then it would list down all of the inbox using this list view builder. So it would show all of the available inbox for the user in a proper UI. So for creating an inbox, would be under create new inbox, which is called under book info. So when the user click the chat button, it would call create new inbox, and then it would input all the all of the important information like the chat name, and then the members, which is the buyer and the seller, and also the subname, which is the seller, and then which book is it related to. So it would store the book ID. So inside here is the Firebase, Firebase for the inbox. So it's under this one. So this is the chat name, which is the Hobbit, the book title. This is the ID of this document, and then this is the ID of the member. So either one of them is the buyer or the seller. This is the buyer's name, and this is the related. This is the seller's name, and this is the related books. So inside there's a sub collection. So when I click messages, this is the message that was sent just now. So this is the message, and this who is the sender, and then the time that the sender a message, sent a message, and this is the type of this one will change whether, because we have an option to send out images and text. So for the next part of the page that I contributed with is the chat page. So when I click the one of the inboxes, I would be led to the chat page. So I can type in like if the postage is not free, how much? Then I can click the send button, and it would automatically go to the Firebase and then updated to the sender's page. I can also send photos. Let's say I want more clarification using gallery or phone's camera. And then let's say I want to inquire about this book also, if they still have this version, and then I can click OK, and then it would save to the storage, and then once it saves to the cloud storage from Firebase, it would get called back to the app, which will render here into the application. Now the code for the chat page is under chat's view model and chat.dart. So inside chat's view model is where the logic of the page is. So we have the get all messages. So uh, it gets all of the messages by the sender and the recipient. And then we have a send message here. Basically, you can send text messages, and for the send message image is a different case. This is for sending the photos. Here is the get image. For let's say we already send an image, save to cloud storage in the Firebase, and then this is where we get that the download URL to be able to show the image from storage to our application. This is for uploading chat photos. Um, for uploading to Firebase storage, and then we have get image from phone. So we have a choice from uh, uploading image from our phone's camera or from our phone's gallery. So we wait for the image picker. This is for camera and this is for gallery. And this is basically the model to upload a message. Um, this is the link from the path to the cloud storage. This is for the sender, and this is the type for image, because text and image has a slight UI changes. So for images, it's a bit the height is a bit bigger, but the text is adjustable. So inside the chat.dart, this is where we get the UI for the chat page. So we have, this is the back button to go back to the previous page, which is the inbox, and then we have the chat name here to show which chat you are currently in, and then here is the stream builder. This is for the real-time updates to and from the recipient and the sender. So I use stream builder instead of feature builder um, uh, for both parties to quickly get the changes every time there are changes in the database. And then here is the this view builder for scrolling through the chat. For the back to the database. So this is the Firebase. In the Firebase, we have the Hobbit inside messages. This is the link to the storage. This is the sender's name, which is me, and the type is image. So inside cloud storage, the image is actually saved under chat photos, and then this is the ID of the user. So these are all the images that the user had sent out. So I click here, and then these are all the images that the user sent out in the chat. So this is the recently sent out image. So that's all from me, and I will pass my time to Zhi Shan.
Hello, my name is Zhi Shan, and in my part, I will be explaining about the register, login, and also user profile page. So now I'll be explaining for the register page. So it is as shown as on the right hand side, and this is all the pre-filled fields for registering. And if the user left any field empty or enter the wrong email address format or enter the password shorter than 8 characters, it will prompt an error message. So it will be redirecting to homepage if the sign up is successful. So it's at here, which it is successful. So now I'll be showing the data that is submitted to the database after the user is successfully registered, which is as here the user's collection. This is the document for the user that just registered just now, and also the rating documents for this user, and also the all ratings document. But that this initial document has to be created because Firebase does not accept collection with without any documents. So this is, I'll be explaining for the coding path for register page. So this will be the validator for the email to check if the field is empty, and use the email validator to check for the email format. And this validator will also be used for the password checking. And now I'll be moving into the function after the user press the sign out button, which will be here. And if everything is alright, it will be calling the register function from the register view model, and this will be the function that redirects the user to homepage. And in this part, which the registration will be using the Firebase authentication to check if the user is previously registered in the Firebase, and this tree will be the function that is used to create the user data into the user collection, and the rating, also creating the initial rating and the rating information for the users. And now I'll be explaining for the login page for the application, which as shown as the right hand side, and the fields are all pre-filled. So as similar to register, it will be checking for the email validation, the email format, and also if the password is correct or not, and also to check like if any field is empty. So if any of it is correct, and the user will be signed in and be redirected to homepage just like register. So since the functions are pretty similar to register, I'll just cut it short. So this part will be the validator for the email, and it will be also used in password just like the register one. And this will be the handle submit function that will be called when the user press the sign in button. So it will be calling the login function from the login view model, which is here, and as like register, we'll be also using the function provided by the Firebase to check if the users informations are correct for the login. So if the user is not found, which if the email is wrong, it will be prompting the error message, and so does if the password is incorrect, and also if any error is occurred during the login part. Lastly, I'll be explaining the part for the rating function, which the user can rate the seller if the seller has actually pressed the end conversation button, but the button is only available for seller side only, and this is the automated message sent after the seller actually pressed the button, and the user can rate the seller via here, which in this case I will be rating 5-star, and there will be a message prompt if the user successfully rated it, and so if the user rates the seller again, it will be unsuccessful, and it will prompt the message. This will be the part that shows the code for the automated message sent by the seller when they press the end conversation button, and this will be the part where the it will be verifying if the user has actually rated the seller before, and this will be checking if the seller is rating themselves, and lastly, if neither of the two above, it will be going to here, which it will be calling the rate seller function, and if everything is okay, it will be prompting the message that successfully rate the seller, else if any error occurs, it will be prompting the error. So this will be the part where the fetching of the accumulated rating and total rater of the seller is here to count for the average rating to be displayed in the profile, and this part will be checking if there is the initial document created when registered, and if there is no, it will be adding a new document instead, and if there is, it will be updating the initial record instead.
For the site navigation, each of the list star can redirect to each of the main feature, which is home page, my book page, profile page, help center, and sign up. So in sign up, we'll redirect to the login page. In my books part, user can view the books that they uploaded by themselves. The book cover, book name, book author, book price will be shown, so that every user can delete the book that they want by this delete button. For this part, the data is retrieved from the books collection, where the user ID is the current user ID. For the delete book button, I get the book ID, and then I delete the document. So I test it now. If I want to delete this book, so the book has been deleted. The book cover image has been shown by getting the book cover path, and then get the image from the Firebase storage, and show by the never image. In my books page, every user also can add the new book by tapping this button. So I can redirect to the ebook page. I also can enter the book name. This one is a sample that I find. The price is 39. So I'm using my phone to actually want to upload the book cover. I can choose the camera or gallery. So I already saved the book cover. We'll pop up the tools. And book condition is the same one. You see the photo selected. After I fill in all the fields, then I click upload. I think I show here better. After I click the upload, yeah, I will generate a new one. I think it's the second one. Yeah, this one is the new book. Every time a user upload the books, also need to fill in all of the information lah. So the upload check function is used to check whether each of the fields have empty or not. If each of either one is empty, we also pop up the toast to notify the user. And when I'm not going to choose any images, will also pop up. If the user already fill in all of the fields here, and then the function will upload the book into Firebase file store and the Firebase storage about the image. This is the app book view modal to upload the book data, and then with the book cover and book condition. And for the image that upload in Firebase storage will be based on whether it is book cover or book condition. So I'm demo for book cover. So we are based on the user ID who logging in, who upload the image. This is the image that I uploaded in just now add new book. In the homepage, every user can search the book using the search book button. It will show all the book lists in the book name, and we can just click it and redirect to the book info page. Okay. Every user also can search the book name by uppercase or lowercase, like this. Okay. So in here, I'm doing the new field for the lowercase name, for the book name. So every user also can search in uppercase and lowercase name, and user can direct to the book info page by passing the book ID. So back to the home page. The home page will show all the books by the latest one, because I've sort it with the latest one. Yeah, ordered by date time here. So every book name, book cover, and book price will be shown here, and we can just click the lister and go for the book info page. In the book info page, we can view that the book name, book price, author, published year, and summary. And then who upload the books and the user ratings. We also can redirect to chat with the user who upload and find this one and not me, so I can redirect to the chat function. Every user can view the book cover and book condition with the image slider, which I have mapped the image URL from the book model, book cover path, and the book conditioner. After the mapping, I just use the book image slider function, and build the image with the image URL that I map.